Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. I hope you're having a good week. Three people who are not having a good week are the three that were arrested this morning. And they were arrested over allegations of fight fixing. Two men and a woman arrested in Birmingham following reports of suspicious betting activity linked to a boxing match held last year. A 54-year-old woman and a 33-year-old man were apprehended by West Midlands Police in Kings Norton, and also a 23-year-old man in Longbridge was arrested. And all three are alleged to have committed the offences under Section 42 of the Gambling Act 2005. Now, a lot of people, upon reading this, were reminded of an incident that happened, I think it was last June, mid-year anyway, last year, when a fight between Kane Baker and Aqib Fiaz was cancelled at the last minute on a matchroom card. And this is because, the Border Control launched a probe into possible gambling irregularities. They sort of sugarcoated it a bit and said, we're cancelling it due to unforeseen circumstances while we're looking into it. But there was suspicion of gambling impropriety. This fight was on the undercard, was due to be on the undercard of I think it was Tyler Denny versus Felix Cash. But it didn't go ahead. It was cancelled. Okay. Now, a lot of people have put two and two together and possibly come up with five, because the original report about the three people being arrested earlier today mentions a fight that did take place. This one didn't. It was cancelled. So I think people are kind of, maybe drawing the wrong conclusion there. I'm sure the details will come out when the coppers are ready. But, let's not start throwing too many mud pies around, because I think it was Kane Baker came out and made a statement, said that he'd been, that the board had investigated and cleared him of any wrongdoing, and the same with Aqib Fiaz. It doesn't necessarily follow that because there's some sort of betting irregularity going on that either fighter is at fault, that they're in on the fix. Betting irregularities it doesn't necessarily mean that the fighters themselves are involved. Although, of course, they have to be investigated, because you would think that someone's going to have to take a dive or maybe prop the other guy up for a certain amount of rounds or so on and so forth. But apparently the fighters were cleared. I don't think that this has necessarily got anything to do with the arrests today. But are we going to kid each other that this sort of thing don't go on? Yeah, of course it goes on. Of course it goes on. And it probably goes on more than we think. I don't really want to say that. I don't like being cynical. Skeptical, yes. Cynical, no. But I do think that, watch this space, because I think this could be, if they really do some digging, and if the three people who have been arrested are guilty of anything and start yapping, we might get some very interesting information that comes out of them. And I hope that if it is interesting information, shall we say, that the media reports on it, because we don't need this in the sport, do we? Yeah. Irregular betting can mean, illegal betting. Doesn't necessarily, again, I repeat, doesn't necessarily have to do anything with the fighters. Could be, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, just thought I'd give you a little update on that. If you haven't read it already. But what do you think? What do you think could be behind it? Don't start casting aspersions, because we don't want to get ourselves sued. But you know what I mean. If you've heard something I don't, something serious that you think is from a reliable source, put a comment below. But be careful here, because we don't want to be slandering people. It's just not fair on innocent people, is it? Anyway, comments below if you got any. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Hit the like button, and I'll catch you later. Thanks a lot. Bye for now.